Yes, sir.
Watch the ball! Watch the ball! Watch the ball!
Honey. Hey, hustle, hustle. Come on, guys.
A few more steps. Oh, sorry. Step. Sorry. It's going to be worth it. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. You'll get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And when I'm not asking Bruce, hey, how big was Batista's? Well, you know. One of the things I like to do is help people save money. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in a 30-year loan, man, you're overpaying your single biggest bill, and you may not even realize it. I want you to do a little experiment for me. Take your calculator out, multiply your monthly house payment by 360 payments. That's how many payments there are on a 30-year loan. That big, scary number, that's your total of payments. You're looking at that number? You know you can do better. Keep more of your own money right now and go to SaveWithConrad.com. Or maybe you've got credit card debt. Man, it's not a matter of if I can save you money with that. Your average interest rate on a credit card is more than 20%. And by the way, all the interest you pay on those credit cards, it's not tax deductible. Whereas the mortgage interest, well, that is tax deductible. So if you owe this debt, it's up to you how to pay it back. Doesn't it make sense to get the cheapest rate possible and the greatest tax deduction possible? Find out how much money you can save right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. Even scores in the 500s can be approved, and it's no cost out of pocket. But maybe best of all, we're licensed in more than 40 states. We can help more families than ever before. But how much can we save you? Find out right now for free with a quick quote from SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm in a great mood, and I tell you why I'm in a great mood.
Okay.
Sunshine.
Oh, you got some?
No, but we have sunshine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, sunshine in Georgia. It is an incredible thing. That's all we need is sunshine. I'm telling you, the world works better with sunshine. When it's dreary and rainy and cold, or even rainy and warm and dreary, you don't feel up to snuff. But now we've had sunshine, straight sunshine for 3 straight days here. I know it's going to come to a crashing end, but I love sunshine.
Let me ask you, when it comes crashing down, does it hurt inside?
Yes. Is that a lyric? That's a song.
Is it?
Comes crashing down. Yeah, somewhere. So yeah, it has. It feels great to have sunshine. You know,
are we really fixing to keep talking about the weather a little more?
I want to talk about.
What you get?
I want to talk about my outfit.
Okay. You know, we're here to do a wrestling show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we could just bullshit amongst friends here before, can't we, a little bit?
Sure. Let's talk about your outfit, Tony. I'm ready.
I think I mentioned this last week. I refuse to cooperate with the weather.
Yep, we've heard all about your weather woes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually 2 weeks ago.
Shorts, sandals. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Cold, rain, I'm in it.
Ready.
I'm in my Florida gear. It's because most of my life now is spent in Jacksonville, or much of my life now is spent in Jacksonville, and I'm in a Florida mood. JR bought himself a freaking condo.
Yeah. Are you next? You getting a condo down there?
Well, I love where I live. I really do. And I live close enough. You know, he lived way out in Oklahoma, and I can see that.
And, by the way, you got your house like you like it now. I saw your house sort of before and after.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Lois have done a lot there at the home.
Yeah. We have. We've put new windows in. You haven't seen it yet, but you went down in our baseball room.
Yep.
And
which was cool.
We're turning into a theater room.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, we're trying to be Conrad light.
But you know what? I mean, you've watched stuff in my theater. It's a fun little space to have.
It really is.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Yeah, and so we got to put a big screen down there, and now I've just got to get the theater chairs. And so anyway, so much for my life. Hey, how about wrestling?
Man, I enjoy wrestling.
Damn, I do too.
A little wrestling every now and again. Of course, as the show is airing today, you and I are going to be planning to shoot some things together, right? Bam.
Yeah, we're going to shoot some things if Martin freaking Lundy can get his act together. Well,
you know what? We're going to figure that out.
Okay.
I just know that I enjoy wrestling, and you do too. And this weekend is actually an AEW pay-per-view. You pretty fired up about that? I mean, I think this will be the first time you've ever done commentary on an exploding barbed wire match.
I'm also excited about, I guess as this drops, which is Wednesday the 3rd,
yeah,
Shaquille O'Neal wrestling for us.
Come on, Shaq, tonight.
Shaq. Yeah, I know for a fact because I've seen it. He's training. He's taking it seriously. He's a good dude. And every time you have a celebrity in the ring, there's always that unexpected thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like when Buster Douglas fought the Macho Man Randy Savage. I never forget Savage. You could see it. Savage leaned in and said, "Hit me."
Oh. And you know what's funny is apparently Bruce said on Something to Wrestle that he told him to hit him for real. Like, knock me out. Like, hit me for real.
Yeah, right.
Not a working punch. He's like, if you try to do that, it's going to look like shit. Yeah. Just hit me like you normally would.
Yeah.
Punch me. Can you imagine looking at a heavyweight champion and saying, you know what, just punch me wide open in the face, please? Macho Man's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, he is.
I want no part of being punched by Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. No thanks. I'm good.
There are a lot of people in the business throughout the years who have been crazy. Who will, when the bell rings, they know where they're going to go.
Right.
But to get there, it's a slugfest. It's what they call strong style now. That's the word for it, right?
Yeah.
We used to call it working snug.
I think Bruce sometimes refers to it as El Cemento. There was a famous story. I forget who it was. It may have been somebody talking about Lawler. But they were in the middle of a match. Maybe it was Ricky Morton. And he said, hey, I want you to rear back and hit me as hard as you can. He's like, what? He's like, no, punch me for real. He's like, why? He said, your working punch is goddamn killing me. Try something. Just hit me wide open. Of course, we're trying to hit you wide open today because we're watching World Championship Wrestling in order. Of course, it's the old Mid-Atlantic promotion. We're on March 1st, 1986. 1986, man, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I actually previewed this show last night with my wonderful wife, Megan. And I said, you know, in wrestling, people think that the greatest talkers of all time, like if there was a Mount Rushmore, Some people would have Arn Anderson on it. Some people would have Jim Cornette on it. Some people would have Dusty Rhodes on it. Some people would have Ric Flair on it. All four are on this show.
How about that?
That's how solid this company was in 1986. It's really remarkable. And I'm excited. We've gotten great feedback as we sort of shine a bright spotlight on 1986 Jim Crockett Promotions. And by now, man, part one of the Jim Crockett interview is out there. I know you had a chance to check it out. I got Arn's feedback too, and JR's feedback. What'd you think?
It's wonderful. It takes me back, and we find out things, that only he knew about, right?
Right.
And that's what's wonderful about it. They just, the insight that from Jim Crockett, no one's really sat down ever and talked to him about this. And we've all wondered, about the company, and it's a great story. It was a great family. It really is. And what really breaks my heart about this family is that at the end, they had to sell.
Right.
And now, as the Crockett's are getting older, David, all four of them, and their time is gone, and they're retired, and of course, Jimmy has had some health problems, that there's no one in that family to take up the mantle and work in wrestling anymore, which I think, in other words, the family business is over.
Right.
And that's what breaks my heart about it. But that's what's so good about this interview, is that here is the Crockett legacy on videotape, and you've done that. So it's wonderful. It really is.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Of course, part one includes a lot of bonus footage. We didn't announce it ahead of time, but George Pantis was able to help us get a bunch of 8mm reels that he personally filmed himself. So the WWE doesn't own this footage. George does. And he recorded it in the crowd as a fan. And you get to see Jack Briscoe versus Ric Flair, Wahoo McDaniel versus Ric Flair, and so many other great Mid-Atlantic matches. Man, that's some pretty cool stuff that we just threw on the end of part one as like an Easter egg, but I think people really dug it.
I do too. I think it's great stuff. And I do want to say that there's a buddy of ours, Dick Bourne.
Oh, yeah.
Who is really into what we're doing. Yeah.
MidAtlanticGateway.com is the companion piece for everything we're doing here. Him and David Chappell have been waving the Mid-Atlantic flag for a long, long time. And we're glad to spotlight and highlight a little bit of what they're doing here. And I also want to give a shout out to Jim Cornette. He put out a great book, the 25th anniversary scrapbook for the Midnight Express. We're going to start using that today as a resource to list what the gates were for some of these shows. We've been telling you, as Crockett was on tour, they were in this town, they were in that town. We were just giving you like matchups and dates and locations. Cornette's book actually provides payoffs and, gates for the live shows. So we're going to add another layer to our show today. And again, our show today is March 1st, 1986. As a reminder, you get everything we're doing here early and ad-free over at adfreeshows.com. That's also the only place that you'll be able to find the Jim Crockett interview. Yes, we're working on part two right now as we speak. And we hope to have that out here in a few weeks. But as you can imagine, Tony, once you actually saw the thing put together, anytime something comes up, there's a topic or an individual or a venue or a match or whatever, Chris McDonald, who's one of the unsung heroes for all that we do here, he went out and found a corresponding photo or newspaper clipping or whatever and spliced it in, and it came together. It's much, I don't know the right way to say this, but it's better than a regular shoot interview. Would you agree?
Yeah, it is produced.
Yes.
It is like the On the Road Again with me and JR.
Yeah, Chris does a great job of that.
Right. And Life with Lois.
Yes.
He does a great job with that. Somebody doing a great job with Lois. Anyway, one thing about Dick Bourne, and then let's roll tape. He sent me this. Now, you had already found one for me, and I put it on the jacket. And there's a story about that, but he sent me this. If you're looking on video, he said, I know what you talked about, what this logo meant to you. And there is a companion piece, as you know, it's Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling that we do each week.
6:05 on Saturdays, yep.
Yeah, as a bonus, 6:05 on Saturdays. And this logo is not there. This is the old logo. This is the old school logo from when I was a fan. And this, by the way, is Wahoo McDaniel.
Really?
Yeah, they talked about this when I was. That's the caricature, or the
shadow.
The shadow is Wahoo McDaniel, the side headlock. They talked about this years ago when I worked for the Crockett's, and I found out it was Wahoo.
So it's a cool little patch. I've actually got one here too. Back in the day, Bourne gave me one because this is in his wheelhouse. I mean, he is considered to be like one of the online experts of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, he and his partner, David Chappell. So check it out, MidAtlanticGateway.com. But, Tony, I'm curious, where are you going to put that patch? You going to put it on a blazer? You going to put it on a bag?
I've already got one on the blazer. As a matter of fact, if you'll recall, didn't I have a blazer? And we put it on there, and I did something on a green screen, which eventually led to me being hired.
We did a JCP.
JCP, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know. Maybe I'll have it sewn to my ass or something.
By the way, what a fun story. You know what we could do? You could put that in a shadow box. After my grandfather passed away, I put his sheriff's badge and a little patch in a shadow box. Anyway.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to put it in a frame.
Yep.
I'm going to go and find all my old tickets when I was a fan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ticket stubs.
I like that.
I got a lot of those somewhere. Probably upstairs in the attic.
Motherfucker, you. You motherfucker.
Okay.
Hey, I'm excited about what we're doing today, and clearly Tony is too. So let's just jump into it.
In 3, 2, 1, play. Don't think he's going to get the title.
I guess it's time to take it up a notch.
This is not just another streaming app.
Oh, good.
Classic. This is a brand new family of family entertainment.
So we saw Ronnie Garvin there knock out Ric Flair with one punch.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else, man.
Yeah, and before that, you could hear the slaps, couldn't you?
Yes.
Man, you could hear them just pounding each other. I mean, pounding each other, Conrad.
Speaking of pounding each other, looks like you were pounding a lot of stuff back here in 1986. Look at you. Looking as only you can look.
Wrestling. I'm David Crockett. With me is Tony Schiavone. Tony, we've got an exciting program for the fans because we have a very special match. Oh, we sure do, dude. And that is Arn Anderson, the World Television Champion, going to defend his title against the Hands of Stone. You saw him at the top of the program. We're talking about Ron Garvin. A lot more people.
And you're right, David. And also, we have some very special news about the tournament, the tag team tournament for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. The site has been chosen. We'll have that announcement right here today on World Championship Wrestling. Also, such stars as Dusty Rhodes, the World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair is here, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. Many top stars are here today with you on World